Hey guys, welcome to Comic Convos. I actually ran out of bed so I could record this video. My rant today is going to be about the fact that WB has canceled yet another project. They canceled Batgirl, the movie, and they're shooting themselves in the foot. DC just refuses to take off. They didn't want to take risks. They're like, oh, Batgirl is too risky, we don't feel like it's going to be good enough, so we're just going to eat the loss and we're going to cancel it. But Sony decided to release Morbius, which is the worst movie since the rebooted Fantastic Four twice. I don't really know what's going on there. I mean, Batgirl could have been a great movie. It was going to expand on the Batman universe, which we don't know much about in the DCEU, because all we've gotten from Batman was Batman being pissed off at Superman in Batman vs. Superman, Batman arresting people in Suicide Squad, and then a little bit of Batman, and depending which one you think is canon, the Snyder Cut or the Justice League. But either way, it's not a lot of Batman, and we haven't gotten a solo Batman movie, so we don't have like an established Gotham yet. And this movie would have established that Gotham, which, I mean, I'm thinking about it, that might be the issue. That might be why they decided to scrap it. Like, well, maybe we should do a Batman movie before we do a Batgirl movie. But maybe they should have thought about that before shooting the fucking movie. I don't know. I don't know if, like, I'm just too pissed to be rational about this. But I feel like they consistently make bad decisions. Like,
do you bleed?
They're like, I wonder what the worst possible way to go about this is, and then let's do it. Because they just keep doing it. And you guys know, I'm a DC fan. I love me some DC, you know. I got all my superhero rings on and stuff like that. And this is a Flash one, but it's turned around right now. But, you know, it's just... DC refuses to do good, and it's frustrating. They won't do it. If they restored the Zack Snyder universe, a lot of their DC fans would have been really, really happy, but for some reason they're like, we'll just leave it as the trilogy and we'll be okay with that. Not okay. Definitely not okay. So they're screwing up at every turn, you know? Like, I have a list of all of the bad stuff that the DCEU has been doing, and, like, I was going to focus on all of that. There was this big, long list of all of, like, every single movie that they came out with and why they messed up, how they could have done it differently. But then I woke up the other day and saw that they canceled the Batgirl movie, and that just set me off, because I'm like, dude, like, this is a prime example of how the DCEU is just fucking up in life. They're just royally fucking up in life. And they need to not be doing that, because the Batgirl movie would have been... I'm not saying it would have been good. I'm not saying it would have been great, but at least give it a chance.
We believe there's even a 1% chance. We have to take it as an absolute certainty.
Like, risk it, dude. You already spent the money on the movie. Release it and try to get some of that money back at least. You know, they're like, oh no, it wasn't good enough, so we didn't think it was a good enough movie, so we decided to just not release it. Why would you do something like that? Just release the fucking movie. Like I said, Sony released Morbius twice! Twice! Dude, like, I worked at a movie theater. I was there. I was genuinely confused when we got Morbius back again, because I'm like, it didn't do that good. Why did we get it again? No, they legit released it twice because of the memes, and it was just like, oh my god. So I'm like, okay, you know what? If Marvel can do something like that, maybe DC can hook it up. And then they cancel fucking Batgirl, dude. Like, it's not... I'm not, like, the biggest Batgirl fan. I don't even really think I have many Batgirl comics. I'm guarantee I have a couple, but I don't think I have a lot, because I'm not, like, going to go out of my way to read these Batgirl comics. Her character doesn't interest me that much, but it interests other people. There are other people that are definitely fans of her, especially because she has an interesting arc. She became Batgirl, she got paralyzed, became Oracle, then she got use of her legs back, became Batgirl again. Like, she has an arc that's an interesting way to go about it. But then they canceled the fucking movie. Like, I don't get it. I don't think I'll ever understand why the DCEU just can't get it together. You know? Like, I thought it was really cool that they decided to announce, or at least Jason Momoa decided to announce that Batman, Ben Affleck's Batman, was going to be in Aquaman 2. I thought that was great. It was fantastic. But then they go and they announce this. It's like, no, just because Ben Affleck is back as Batman doesn't mean that the Batgirl movie isn't going to do good. I don't know if that's what they're thinking. I wish I knew the logic behind what the hell they were thinking, but this Batgirl movie shouldn't have been canceled. It really, really shouldn't have been. And it's sad. It's really sad to see that DC doesn't even really want to try. Like, the last movie that the DC released that I thought was good was The Suicide Squad. I believe was the last movie they released before this video. Actually, past Mordecai, the newest movie was DC Super Pets, but whatever. The Suicide Squad was good, but that was also there was also problems with that movie because they made that because Suicide Squad sucked. Like, DC just needs to get it together if they stuck with a plan. If they did, and I hate saying this, but if they did what Marvel did and put out like a 10-year plan or whatever the hell Marvel did, especially Marvel's doing it with Marvel movies and Star Wars, so they're working on two completely different universes at the same fucking time, and DC can't even focus on one? They can't focus on one? Like, come on, man! It's so bad. It's so bad. And I know I'm just ranting and rambling and whatever, but it's the principle behind everything. It's the point behind it all, because they definitely should have their universe established by now, at least. They should have had a solid Superman movie, which they did. I thought Man of Steel was good. A lot of other people probably, don't share that opinion, but I liked Man of Steel. They should have had a solid Batman movie, which we never got. A solid Wonder Woman movie, which we got, but we still don't have a solid Wonder Woman movie in modern time. She's always in like some kind of flashback. So it's like, I don't really know how to feel about that one. Ezra Miller is like fucking up in life and stuff. So it's like that. Ezra Miller isn't DC's fault. I don't blame DC for what Ezra Miller is doing right now because he's off on some tangent. If you don't know, look it up because I don't want to get into that right now. That's a whole different hodgepodge of clusterfuck. But it's just, there's a lot of different things going on, and then they're focusing on the wrong things. Like, I don't know why a Black Adam movie is coming out. No idea. I'm excited for it. I'm hyped to see The Rock playing Black Adam. I didn't think that was going to be a good fit, but, I saw the trailer and stuff, and yeah, I'm feeling it. But then they have Shazam 2 coming out. Dude, we need other movies. We need other heroes, and which is why the Batgirl movie was going to be a great, just a great addition to the DCEU. And then they canceled it. They're like, I don't really feel like doing this project. We're just gonna say fuck it, and it's just gonna go. We're gonna sweep it under the rug. Fuck it, get rid of it. And it's frustrating because I want the DCEU to do well. I want people to like DC movies. I want to stop having this fucking argument of who's better, Marvel or DC. Nobody's better. They both do really good things. It's just Marvel has Disney money. Yeah! So they have more resources. But like I said, in my opinion, DC comics are better, but I'm not going to be afraid to admit that the Marvel movies blow DC out of the water because they've just got their shit together better. I know some of the Marvel movies are campy and too funny, and oh no, they undercut everything with jokes, which Guardians 2, I get that. That was probably the worst one in my opinion, was Guardians 2. But it's still like they have 30-something fucking movies released, and DC has 10, maybe? I'd have to count that, and I don't feel like counting it right now because it's going to take me a second, but it's ridiculous to me that like DC reigned supreme in the 90s and early 2000s with their movies because they had all the Batman movies that were coming out, and they had the multiple Superman movies that were coming out, and they just kept doing like their own individual projects, and like it's not a good example, but even they had a Green Lantern movie release with Ryan Reynolds in it, like they were working on stuff, and now they just can't seem to get their heads out of their asses, and it's very, very frustrating to me. I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but I definitely feel really strongly about this. If you have anything else to say about them canceling their projects and just fucking up in life, just leave a comment on the video. If you haven't already, subscribe to the video or to the channel and stuff, and it would be a great help to kind of get this content out there. But man, I know I can't be the only one disappointed at the fact that Batgirl got canceled. Like, it should have been just released. They should have just nutted up and released the movie, you know. But it's whatever. It's not for me to say. You know, I don't have any control over it. I'm just here on the internet, you know, bitching about it. But I appreciate you guys watching the video, and you guys take it easy.